It is Yoda Monday morning. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. I thought today could be fun if we began by chanting a text together. This is going to be my adaptation of the Tao of the Jedi, composed, or I should say, Oliver Benjamin's Tao of the Jedi, the Tao Te Ching adapted towards the sensibility of the galaxy that Lucas built. And of course, as always, I've muddled my hands in the process, adapting here and amplifying there. Now, the first thing I want to do is adjust the size of the font. So I'm going over here. Okay, let's see if that fits in the screen better, and you know what? It does. Okay, so, oopsie. Together, please chant with me. The Force is unsentimental, it treats the living no different than it treats debris. Jedi all the same, they evaluate everyone impartially. The Force is like a bellows, it is empty, and yet everything springs from it. The more pressure you put on it, the more it creates. Man is not like this, the more he produces, the more exhausted he becomes. Tap into the Force and the Jedi instead to tap into the Force, the Jedi instead turns inward. There he finds its common creative source at the very center of his being. Whoops, look at that. Oh, here's what's going on. That always gets confusing. So I'm going to create a symbol here that reminds me that it's the end of the chapter or the passage. There we go. I thought I would go back and offer some explanation. The Force is unsentimental, it treats the living no different than it treats debris. So, the living or the dead, the animate or the inanimate, the helpful or the unhelpful, there is no bias, there is no favoritism. When we are traversing the path of the Sith, we practice favoritism, and we're very self-centered, and we're always concerned about what serves me or my plans. When we're traversing the path of the Jedi, the path of Yin, the path of the Tao, it's quite different. The Force is like a bellows, it is empty, and yet everything springs from it. So, the first time I encountered a bellows was on a camper, an RV trip with my family way back in the 70s. And if you've ever, read a fantasy novel or perhaps seen a blacksmith scene from Game of Thrones, a bellows is a wooden apparatus made with iron hinges, springs, and leather. And it's there are two pieces of wood. with a hinge at one hand and handles on the other hand. The two pieces of wood spread out like triangles before their handles, and there's a piece of leather on either side of them. And there's a valve also made of leather that lets air in but doesn't let air out through the valve. It only lets air out through a nozzle. So that's what we're talking about here. There's no magic, there's no hair dryer, there's no fan, there's no AC unit inside a bellows. It's very, very Iron Age technology. Let's continue. The more pressure put on it, the more it creates. Man is not like this. The more he produces, the more exhausted he becomes. The Sith are not like this. The more they produce, the more exhausted they become. So how does that work? When we are defined by Yang, when we are defined by the Sith, when we are defined by self-centeredness and controlling tendencies, all that we do is exhausting. However, when we go with the flow, when we are like a great Jedi, when we are like a man or woman of the Yin, then we produce effortlessly and sustainably. To tap into the Force, the Jedi instead turns inward. There he finds its common creative source of the very center of his being. So, we can be rigid or flexible. We can be fearful or loving. We can be superstitious or rational. We can be controlling or we can be laid back. The more we practice mindfulness and meditation effectively, the more that we will notice our choices, utterances, and deeds flowing from love's centered spontaneity. Not scattered spontaneity, but centered spontaneity. And that is what we were discussing, or what the author is discussing right here. So what I'd like to do now is I would like to begin our mindfulness and meditation practice after about 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I've spent about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I could become your nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. So now we turn to the latest iteration of a very easy meditation. And this is going to have to be a truncated practice. I have an appointment I have to prepare for, but with what time I have left, I would love to practice with you. So let's set intention by wishing for universal enlightenment. Please chant with me. Whatever comes, may all beings let it come. Whatever stays, may all beings let it stay. Whatever goes, may all beings let it go. I'm going to copy this real quick. Okay, and now I'm going to hit fabulous. Welcome to the first of 5 mindful crease counting meditations. I think it could be helpful if I review the 3 pillars of Bengali crease counting. The first pillar is our right hand. Over the span of 12 inhalations, we could advance our right thumb in the following manner, beginning with our little finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We turn now to the second pillar, our left hand. When we multiply these 12 inhalations by 4 sets, of course we wind up with 48 inhalations. We could keep track of those 4 sets upon our left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 12 inhalations each. We come to the third and final pillar of Bengali crease counting when we work with both our hands simultaneously. When we rest the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger, upon the tip of our left little finger, palms up in our lap. We gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the bladder region of our lower abdomen. Each time we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, we are wired to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. Each time we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, we are wired to physically relax and mentally release whatever it is that we noticed during our previous inhalation. Together, let us practice mindfulness and meditation right now. Good morning and welcome to the second of five mindful crease counting meditations. When we rest the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger upon the tip of our left ring finger and hold our hands palms up down in our lap, we gently invite the real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce in the navel region of our mid-abdomen. Here's a quick review. What is the essence of mindfulness? Each time we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, we are wired to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception. You know, seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and the like, including emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. What then is the essence of meditation? Each time we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, we are similarly wired to physically relax and mentally release whatever it is that we noticed during our previous inhalation. Together, let us practice mindfulness and meditation right now. Welcome to the third of 5 mindful crease counting meditations. Let's explore a variation of the third pillar of Bengali crease counting. When we rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger, and we set it upon the tip of the left middle finger, palms up in our lap. We gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the heart region of our chest. Here's a quick review of mindfulness. Actually, I think this is everyone who saw the last review, so we can just move forward. However, allow me to remind you, the moment you have a specific question about this morning's chanting, or mindfulness, or meditation, or philosophy, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. Let us explore the fourth variation of the third pillar of Bengali crease counting. This time let us rest each of our 4 right knuckles upon the fingertips of their corresponding left fingers, palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce in the region of our throat that feels tightest just before we cry. Let us now explore the fifth variation of Bengali crease counting. When we rest the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, upon the tip of our left index finger, palms up in our lap, we gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the crown region of our head. Let us explore the essence of mindfulness. Each time we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation, our sympathetic nervous system wires us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception. You know, seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and the like, including emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. Now let us explore the essence of meditation. Each time we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, our parasympathetic nervous system wires us to physically relax and mentally release that which we noticed during our previous inhalation. Together, let us practice the essence of mindfulness and meditation right now. And as always, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist or Taoist chanting or philosophy or meditation, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Let us seal our practice by wishing for universal enlightenment. Whatever comes, may all beings let it come. Whatever stays, may all beings let it stay. Whatever goes, may all beings let it go. You've taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10.5 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.